Hello. My name is Ethan, and I'm a recovering violinist. We talk about music as a form of artistic expression, a creative impulse, an emotional release. But the way that we teach instrumental music to young people is actually quite rigid. I started my classical violin lessons when I was 6 years old. And my experience was typical. I was taught how to recognize notes on a page and play them accurately on my instrument. Ultimately, the goal was to reproduce music that had been conceived by someone else. It was a decade before I started learning about making my own music. When we do teach kids how to improvise, it's almost always through jazz, and that was my introduction to improvised music. Now, jazz instruction is available if you play the trumpet or the piano, but as a violinist, finding a jazz teacher was almost impossible. I ended up taking lessons from a bassist who had played classical violin when he was in high school. And I learned a lot from him. But what I found is that jazz is also extremely regimented. You're presented with a pre-existing harmonic structure and taught how to navigate it. So as a student, you're not so much drawing as you are coloring inside the lines. What I do now is at the complete opposite end of the spectrum. After years of learning different styles and playing in different bands, trying to find something that felt right for me, I now play completely improvised music. Basically, I make it all up as I go along. But that doesn't mean that what I play springs into existence without a foundation. Every piece of music that I've ever learned, every album I've listened to, every other musician that I've played with is a part of my improvisation. When I can achieve the right kind of clarity and focus, and that is a big if, the pieces of my musical biography start to surface as they're needed and merge into an organic and evolving whole as I'm playing. More than anything else I do, improvising reflects who I am, where I've been, and what I know. Now, I'm not saying all this to bash classical music or jazz. I still love both, and I still play both when I have the chance. Nor am I saying that we should do away with music literacy. It's still important to know what a quarter note is. But wouldn't it be nice if we taught children that sometimes it's okay to make it up as you go along? Wouldn't it be nice if we allowed young musicians to use what they learned as a springboard for the authentic expression of self? Now, I'm going to play a bit for you so you can hear what my self sounds like. I'm going to have a friend come and help me with that. Please welcome John Polit on the clarinet. Now, what we're about to do is completely unplanned and unrehearsed. We have never played this before, and we couldn't repeat it if we wanted to.